There were two mayoral candidates this week that decided to turn this into political hate. I'll tell you why it's disturbing. It's disturbing because, you know what they say. There's an old saying that people in glass houses should not throw stones. The two mayoral candidates who I'm referring to, who I have a lot of respect for, incidentally, and who I like, and who I'm not judging in any other way except to be honest and fair and talk about the fact that I think they're being unfair to all elected officials, are Republican Joe Lhota and Democrat Bill de Blasio. Let me tell you what Joe Lhota said. Joe Lhota actually said that the New York City Council needs an inspector general to inspect all the fraud and corruption that's going on. Now, let me tell you why that's outrageous. It's outrageous because the reality is there's always a handful of corrupt elected officials. He's using this as an excuse not to support an inspector general over the NYPD. Now, folks, many of us out there know that the NYPD does great work, and we love the NYPD. And the commissioner is probably the best commissioner we've ever had in the city of New York. But it doesn't change the fact that there is corruption. In fact, just today it was announced that a police officer coming back from abroad was arrested for, listen to this, folks, a police officer for shaking down the mob, where he stole $1 million and 250 kilos of cocaine, a street value of roughly $7 million. So to say that the NYPD doesn't need an inspector general, but that the New York City Council does, I think that's just outrageous. But then taking it even a step further, which is very disappointing, and someone who I really believe is an individual of integrity, and I'm really surprised, quite frankly, that he did this, is Bill de Blasio. Now, Bill de Blasio was a councilman. He was a councilman in our community in Borough Park. He got up and he said, well, this just proves that the whole system of member items is corrupt, and we've got to get rid of it. And let me tell you why this is shocking. It's shocking for several reasons. Bill de Blasio, as a public advocate, should know better than anybody else that member items are the lifeblood for community organizations. I'm talking about a little league that desperately needs money to pay for helmets and bats. I'm talking about Hatzalah. I'm talking about Chaverim. I'm talking about Misaskim. All the groups in our community that do amazing work. Amazing, amazing work. These are groups that get funded through member items. Bill knows that. Bill used to give out member items, and quite frankly, apparently, he even took contributions from organizations that he helped. Now, listen, I don't judge that, and that's perfectly legal. I got to tell you, I don't do it. I have a very strict rule that I do not take any money from lobbyists, and I don't take any money from anyone who does any business with the city whatsoever, period. Now, Baruch Hashem, I can do that, and I have a higher standard. Most people can't do that, and I understand. But certainly, as somebody who's taken money, contributions, legal contributions from organizations that he's helped, or people have been involved in those organizations, at least that's been what's reported in the media, for him to turn around and now say, well, this system is corrupt and we have to scratch it, just for the purpose of mayoral politics, I think is wrong. But listen, that's just my view. And you know what, folks? I'm going to open it up because I want to know what you think. Give us a call, 212-769-1925. 212-769-1925. The topic is, do you think all politicians are corrupt? Do you believe that member items should disappear? Do you agree with Bill de Blasio that we should not be helping our local organizations like Chaverim and Shomrim and Misaskim and Hatzalah and the Little Leagues and the senior centers where thousands of seniors go every day? Give me a call. Let me know. 212-769-1925. 212-769-1925. I want to hear your opinion. Let me know. 212-769-1925. Let me tell you what I believe. I actually believe that most politicians are good people. Most politicians want to help. Most politicians work hard and want to make a difference. Some politicians are corrupt, and believe me, it's the most scrutinized of any business. In fact, as the U.S. Attorney said today, folks, once again, it's 212-769-1925, 212-769-1925. The U.S. Attorney said today, any politician who's corrupt should watch their back, and he's right. There's no excuse, there's no reason, there is absolutely no acceptable reason ever to be corrupt in politics, but I think that most people in politics are good. 212-769-1925.